Welcome to Resell Radio. My name is Nick, another co-founder of Hustle, a place where we aim to give tips and tricks to help you grow your Depop store, share the journeys of other sellers, and strengthen and build this reseller community. Today I am speaking to Slayyvintage. All of her details are going to be in the bits below, so make sure you check her out. Now I'm just going to get straight into this. We had a nice, lovely, bubbly conversation, and I'm going to let her introduce herself. Here we go.
I feel like so isolated in lockdown right now, so I'm actually like quite excited to speak to someone that isn't like my family or like the lady in the post office, you know. Like, yeah. Literally, yeah.
Yeah, it's mental. So how do you said you've seen our page and that before?
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Jack Dainty. I'm quite good pals with him on Instagram. So I like saw his podcast. I was like, oh, what's this about? Sort of thing. And I'm following you on Instagram. I think it's really cool. I feel like no one's done this before. Like kind of got like loads of sellers like all in one like spot and just like chatting about loads of things. Yeah, it's really interesting for sure.
Yeah, because I feel like the sellers and that, it's already a pretty good community. Like everyone speaks to each other, but like one by one, like you and Jack speak to each other.
Mm-hmm.
But this feels like a place where everyone can speak to each other, and that's what we're working on now. I think people know more of each other, but we want to say like you to feel like you can comment on this person can comment on this person. Eventually, everyone's just growing each other.
Yeah, literally. I feel like there's a massive community on Instagram as well. Like everyone knows everyone and there's all like banter, people talking about it. And it's nice.
Yeah, I'm finding out about more and more little group chats that are going on.
Oh, the group chats. That's cute. Yeah, for sure.
It almost feels like little school time.
Yeah. It's nice to have friends though. I feel like it's not lonely, but definitely like when you're doing it digitally and if you're like working alone as well, like there's not many people around, so it's nice to know that you've got like people in common and like chatting about the same thing, because like I don't know, I don't really know many people like in my area that do the same thing, and to have people with the same mindset is really nice, I think. So I'm all for it.
Especially during this lockdown time, when it's so much harder to get out and meet these people. You really can on the internet.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I think we've already got the intro down, to be honest. I feel like straight away. This is literally just like you can get your story across. You can get any tips across, and for the viewers, they just want to be entertained. They just want to pick up a few tips and tricks. I'm sure that's just going to come out naturally. You seem like a very bold and vibrant person with a lot of personality. So I'm sure that's...
Really, that's a bit of me. I like chatting to people for sure. Yeah, I'm a very like social person. Like that's definitely like because I feel like I've got like a little bit of a different journey to most of the people we've talked to, because we've got like an actual physical like market stall. And like a lot of people, that's why I was confused when you messaged me, because I thought, because you're like kind of Depop, and I don't really use Depop that much. I started on Depop after I finished like college and everything. I was just like kind of just like selling things I found in charity shops, and we went to loads of like kilo sales and weigh and pays and things like that. And I was working like in a coffee shop like full time, and Depop was kind of like the side hustle. But I am quite like a chatty person. Like I kind of missed that part from Depop where you actually see people in person and had a look and things like that. I don't know, like maybe I kind of got bored of people just messaging and being like, what's your lowest, you know? Like, what's like, can I have it for a $5? I was like, oh, this is rude. But and then so I was like working, and then set up the market stall start of 2019, because here in Norwich we have a big market, and it's like it's quite old. It's like goes centuries back, like it's in like the history books and everything, and it's a really good place in like the hub of Norwich where loads of independent businesses can just like shoot their shot really, and it's really nice, kind of council run, so the rent is like dead cheap and you don't feel like that much pressure from everyone around you. So we've all got these kind of like little like garages, I suppose, like they're like got little like shutters, doors and everything, and it's a really fun community to be a part of. But for sure. And now obviously that's all gone to pot because we've like shut it because of COVID and everything. and now I feel like I'm more like on the side of the people you'd usually talk to, like the internet side of it. Like before it was kind of just chatting and seeing people in person, but now it's like, oh, website and Depop and things are like back like that. But yeah, it's been a weird year or so for sure.
Oh, definitely for everyone. But was that the main reason for going to the stores then? Was that always in your head that you wanted to have a shop or a store and actually like meet the people that you're selling to?
I feel so, maybe, yeah, because I'm quite a chatty person, and I don't know what I wanted to do like when I left college. And all I knew that was I wanted to like work for myself. Yeah, I not that I didn't like the idea of people telling me what to do or anything, but I just thought, yeah, like you're just gonna make something and do something for yourself. And being on Depop, like it was nice for a while, and we still got a Depop account and everything. Like I still like shop on there. I just thought it'd be nice to have like a little hub in Norwich, and it's so like community based, and you have meet like so many people that have like similar styles and things like that would now like come to our little stalls and things like that. So yeah, physical shopping, I can't even tell you, was so different to online shopping. Like I feel like, I don't know, not that people are like hating online or anything, but I just feel like when you see people in person, you have such a nicer interaction customer wise than online, really. But yeah, no, it's great, and I always say to people, like, do a pop-up, like do pop-up shops and everything, get yourself like physical, because people have so much better of a connection with you. But yeah, that's just how it's gone, really.
Yeah, fair enough. So what stage did you get to in your Depop then? Were you a big store in there, or?
No, not, I wouldn't say a big store. I've only had like, I think it's like 100 sales on there or something. I was only doing it for about 5, 6 months, whilst working full time. So it was kind of like a side hustle sort of thing. And then it was kind of like a big risk to go, I'll just do the stall. And I was like shit it at the start of like the first week. I was like, what am I doing? I remember like my mum like right at the start being like, oh, why would people want to buy like second-hand clothes over like vintage, like new? And I was like, okay, like then we'll just like go for it. But yeah, it's been so much fun. I definitely don't regret it at all. Yeah, and then Depop kind of just fell off because I was so busy, like just being at the stall every single day and working for yourself. I was just so busy. So yeah, it kind of fell off. But now, obviously, we've gone into lockdown, and we built a website in the first lockdown. I built it with my brother, literally in like, I don't know, it must have been like 4 days. Like he lives in London, so we were like sharing screens, and he was like telling me which button to press and everything. Cause I'm not really that techie when it comes to it, to be honest. Yeah, now it's just completely changed the business because we've got both sides on it, but we're kind of like come together a little bit because we do like click and collect orders and things like that. But it's completely changed it. COVID's given us like another side of the business that I kind of wanted to do a website, but I didn't think I'd do it this soon. So it's kind of just given us like a kick to do it, really.
Yeah, that's one thing that lockdown's done. Like you see with the bigger businesses where they've got these offices in London, and they thought forever like they just needed all these things. My uncle works at Deutsche Bank, and he was one of the people trying to do this from even before lockdown.
Oh,
he was
really?
saying, yeah, and he's saying that you only ever get 90% of people in an office at a time. You never get 100% of people because there's always like maternity leave, paternity leave,
of course.
everything. So he's like, okay, let's just do this. Let's take a chair and a desk out and then see how that works. And then we can take another one out, see how that works, and just go like that. But basically, like these offices have this sort of like, I don't know, this ego about them where it's like, no, I've got the big office. You can take my desk.
Yeah.
Now, and they're like, oh, people can work from home. Oh, we don't need to spend this much money. And it's just crazy how lockdown, it seemed like this big crazy thing. Like I imagine at first you're like, shit, I can't do my school. What am I going to do? But then it actually turned into something great because you were able to pivot with it, work with it, and proper lean into the lockdown. And now you've got this website. How's the website going now?
It was busy, yeah. Like I remember I did like a big whole like marketing thing in the lead up to launching it and everything. I did like a giveaway, and then we sold a lot of stuff on the first night. I was like overwhelmed, and now literally like I was saying, like the ladies in the post office are like my best friends now. Literally just like go to them, have a chat like every day. But yeah, it's funny. It is like a different world as well. But I feel like it's funny like when you say that, because it's changed everything in business, like COVID in general, and you just got to adapt to it. Like I feel when I heard that Topshop and everyone was like going under, and all these like crazy big brands that because their shops are empty, I was like, yo, like the reselling world is, we're going to take over this. Like we can like adapt so much quickly to these massive chains with like loads of employees that they're having to like make redundant and everything like that. So yeah, it's really interesting to see how it's all changed.
Yeah, I think it's accelerated as well because there was secondhand fashion is meant to be overtaking fast fashion. I've seen that, and I think lockdowns sped that up because people have that they're not on, well, like they're on furlough or they lost their job, but they still want to buy things, and so the secondhand is a bit tougher. Then it's like, well, you're going back, and your mum was saying that why would people want to buy secondhand clothes? And it's that stigma there. Was it like we had a bit where we wanted to remove that stigma by selling only clean clothes? How did you ever tell that to other people like your mum?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like definitely won her over. It was just like a little bit of doubt that we had, and I sort of felt it too because I don't know, 2-3 years ago, not everyone had Depop. I feel like it was still massive, but it wasn't like as crazy it is today. Like I feel like it's just kind of like on everyone's phones now. And maybe we'd always like shopped in like charity shops and stuff, and car boots and everything. So we weren't opposed to secondhand clothing. It was just like buying it and then selling it for more. Like why would someone like want to buy more, like pay for more, than you could just find any other thing in the charity shop? But I was like, had to try to explain to her that it was like the specific brands that we were selling, and we do a lot of like reworked vintage and stuff. Like that's like a big passion of what we do. So we're actually like putting more value into the clothes to then be able to sell it higher. And now I feel like everyone buys secondhand. I don't know, because there's like such a hate for fast fashion now, which is like great. But yeah, now I just feel like now she's like right on board with it now. Like she does a lot of like, she helps me out a lot with like the sewing and stuff and things like that. So yeah, it's completely done like a 180 on a lot of people's opinions for sure.
So what value do you add? Have you ever like lined it out and done your vision sort of thing as to, okay, the reason I can sell this for more, or the reason people want to come to me is because I do X, Y, Z?
Oh, I don't know. Like the value of it. We definitely, I don't know, it's a weird question because I sell like a broad range of things. Well, for instance, we make the tote bags. So we make like tote bags out of jeans, and we buy like quite massive ones from like wholesalers and stuff, and they're like 42 waists, and they are like massive jeans. Then we cut them down. So things like that, like I don't know, I'd probably sell a normal pair of jeans for like 15-20 quid, but we sell the tote bags at 30 quid, so 30-35. So it's not like a crazy amount, but it's kind of just like bumping it up, and like we make sure that everything's like really like pristinely done, and it looks like it's just come out of a factory sort of thing. Like we line them all with like recycled sweatshirts as well, so it's all like properly done. I don't know, and I just feel like it just bumps the value up of it. I was a little bit nervous at first because I thought, oh, 30 quid for like a tote bag, but you have to just take all your hours into consideration as well, and how much we've worked in the materials, and we've got like sewing machines and things like that. But I can't stress enough that there was so much value in reworked vintage. Like I feel like it's definitely like the next step, and loads more people are doing it, which I think is amazing, because there's like, I feel like there's so much vintage clothes in the world and so much secondhand clothing which is being thrown away, which is like still kind of good condition, but then there's like even more which are in like terrible condition. Like, you know, you find stuff that is like I understand why you threw that away, you know, it's like battered. So there's like so much battered stuff that you can actually like reuse and recycle. And It's like the most fulfilling thing to take something that looks like butters and then like make it into something that looks like great and has more value in it. I think that's definitely what we need to do more of, really. But yeah.
So a lot of people that it's like, this is sustainable fashion, just taking something, letting someone else wear it when you're done with it. You've even gone that step further, that when something's damaged or just like a bit tattered, you then make it into something that can be used again. What examples do you have? What do you take that's rubbish and then turn it into something amazing?
We do, there's like various things that I've done. I started with just simply like crop tops. So in the first year in 2019, I feel like everyone was selling crop tops, and we sold like just literally like polo shirts with like a little bit of elastic in them. And then out of the scraps, we made like scrunchies with them. So they'd have like a little matching scrunchie, and those were like our best sellers. And then I went into sort of like, when then it was like winter. So we like cropped more like thicker things like hoodies, fleeces. And then we did bags, the little side bags. What else have we done? We've done like half and half hoodies, which is like really cool. So I don't even know where that came from. I feel like we found just like two boring hoodies, and we were just like literally just chopped them like diagonally and then put them back together. That's like my mum's handiwork. She's like great with those. So I don't know, the biggest transformation is probably the bags, because we sell a lot of Carhartt and Dickies ones of those, and they're like workwear, so they are like battered. I can't think of like anything crazy. Bucket hats, we did a few. We got a few of those from just like ripped up stuff, and I've got like so many more ideas of what we want to do. Like eventually I would like that to be like half of what we sell, at least, to be like reworked like this year for sure. I feel like it's only like maybe like a quarter of what we sell at the moment. We have like 5 rails at the stall and then like 1 reworked rail sort of thing. But yeah, it's so much fun to do as well. Yeah, for sure.
I find reworked clothes so interesting, because I have no idea how to make them. I have zero skills whatsoever when it comes to sewing or just creativity like that in general, that kind of creativity.
Really?
Where did you get your skills from?
I wouldn't call them skills. I mean, like, literally, I don't know. I got a sewing machine for my 18th birthday. I know it's not like, it wasn't like a hip flask or anything like that. I was like, I want a sewing machine. And my nana can sew, and my mum can sew. We're not like crazy seamstresses. Like, we just kind of just plan things out and just like draw things up and just see if it will work. And there's a lot of like trial and error as well. Like when we were trying to make the bags, getting like the shape of it right, and then the straps and everything. Like the first one we've made, I've like kept, and it is like massive. Like I don't know what we were thinking people were going to be carrying around in their bags, but we've made it like so big. It's like a pillowcase. Yeah, so there's a lot of like failure and just like chucking it about. But the problem is, I feel like I can't throw anything away now. Like I feel like we've got like scraps from the crop tops from 2019 in like this massive container, and I'm just like, oh, I'll make them into scrunchies like one day, I'll have time, just never get round to it. But it feels like you feel more sentimental with the clothes because you can see the potential of what it could be, and there like could be more value in it. But it just makes me a massive hoarder, really.
Yeah, I've spoken to one reworker before, and he touched on the same thing, that you get a love for the clothes. See the outcome, it just like feels amazing.
Yeah, the finished product is definitely the best bit for sure.
How's things been going with the website? How's what made you choose to go for a website instead of going back to Depop?
That's a point. I don't really know why. I feel like maybe I just got so I stopped doing Depop, started the market stall, and then I just found that so many more of my customers could find us from the market stall and find us on Instagram. And loads of our customers come to us from Instagram. It's not necessarily like Depop and then like trying to get them to a website. It was more like Instagram, and I just felt like it's right there in your bio, and then just click on it and go. And there was like no fees, and I don't know, like I'm not really too bothered about the 10% because I kind of understand why they need to take it, but just having something that felt like it was like all ours, and like the customers weren't going to be like distracted to buy like someone else's stuff. I don't know. And also I wanted a website to kind of advertise the market stall as well, so they're kind of like all on one platform, and we've got like all our details and addresses and things like that, and contact pages. Yeah, I mean, I remember at the start of lockdown, I was gonna just do like people were just gonna like DM us, and then I was gonna like send them the PayPal. But I feel like that's only because I thought, do you remember at the start of lockdown when everyone was like, oh, it'll only be like a month sort of thing? Yeah, and I was like, I could do that for a month, and then I got like 2 weeks in, and I was like, no, we're actually gonna like buck our ideas up now and go for it. But yeah, no, it's great fun. It's great fun.
Yeah. So did you already have a decent following on your Instagram? You've got a big following now.
Not really. Like when I started Depop, I think it was literally just like my mates on it. And then we're slowly getting a few more things when we get like sales, but it really took off when we got the market stall. Because I feel like we used to hand out leaflets like all the time, and every customer would be like, follow our Instagram, because we do like loads of sneak peeks for stock. And then it got to the point where people would literally like, I'd do a sneak peek for the stock, and people would watch the story and like turn up the next day being like, I saw that, like I want it. Like I don't think people understand like Instagram is so powerful. It really is. Like, and you just chat to people that be like, oh yeah, like, oh, this is where the stall is. Like I follow you on Instagram, but I've never been. Like there's like loads of different people that find us through Instagram before they even walk past the stall. So it's a massive tool, and like I don't know, it's definitely like a blessing, like free marketing, like chatting to people, advertising things, and just building a little community as well. That's really nice. But yeah.
I think a lot of people, where they don't have that community and that connection, they don't get to see as clearly the impact that their Instagram's having. Because I before as well, me and Nathan, we ran a page for our Depop page originally, and we weren't sure if it was actually providing any value. We were getting a following, we were getting likes, but we weren't getting sales on our Instagram page. They might have up and done it, but we weren't sure. We couldn't see the results. Whereas with you, what's lovely is that you can see that, oh, I saw that sneak peek, that's why I'm here today.
Yeah, literally. And it's like instant gratification. Like people would just be there like the next day. I feel like that is the difference with like having a physical shop as well. And people are just like, it's so simple when you think about it. People see it and then they just turn up and like buy it. But it's even quicker now with the website, because I feel like people can like look at it and then just buy it and then like click and collect it. Like it's like even like we were like on this step and then jump in here, but there's like a little step in between now, sort of thing. But yeah, it's definitely the biggest platform out there, I think. And now we're on like TikTok, and I'm like, oh, at first I didn't know what to think about it. I was like, I'm not going to be dancing, but yeah.
That same thought. Me and Nathan were literally debating for like a month or two before we started doing it.
I was the same.
But we're not TikTokers. We're not the kind of people that we're going to be there like this. Like that's
I know, like doing the whole dance. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I can't do that to myself. But yeah. It's funny. It was actually my brother that wanted me to get on TikTok though, because
really,
yeah, he's like older than me. He's like 30, and I was like, what are you doing on TikTok? Like, but no, he was like, you need to get on TikTok because the next generation of people will be on TikTok. And I was thinking like, yeah, you're like smart, because I feel like us is like Instagram and Depop, but like the next thing is like TikTok, and you just got to keep fresh and keep going. And I was like, oh right, I'll like give into it. But Reels is good on Instagram as well. Like I feel like that you can make a connection to the website even quicker through Reels as well, because you're like on Instagram already.
Yeah, that's where I saw your reworked jeans, like your Carhartt ones, into those tote bags.
Oh really?
Literally earlier today. On your reels.
Oh yeah, so, I never seen you comment. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
was just like, do you have a sort of strategy for that? Or do you just sort of like get an idea and you do it just because you've got the idea right now?
Oh, what a strategy for like Reels and TikTok, or
Yeah.
don't know, just pray you go viral. Like I don't know. I feel like it's so pot luck. Like everyone's just making just funny little videos. I feel like music is quite key as well. If you're making like we did like the sort of collage ones where we showed like our journey of like the market stall and stuff. I don't really have a strategy, just kind of like not to dance and just to just show our products as clearly as possible, but also kind of be like relatable. I feel like there's like real people on TikTok. Like it's not so much, it's different to Instagram because you're not so much like your business on TikTok. I feel like you're more a person and people like see you and have like chats, and people do like story times and things like that to do with their business. It's not so much like buy this, like I have this. It's more like people investing in you, I think.
Mm-hmm. I think that probably suits you quite well. You definitely seem to be someone who wants to connect with people rather than just be Slayyvintage.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I'm not really afraid to like put your face on pictures sort of thing on Instagram. Like I say to people all the time, like I get the most engagement on posts which like I'm in it, which sounds weird, but I feel like people do invest in someone more than the whole business really. And I feel like as soon as someone's like, you know, and then what was that trend where people do like the face behind the business and stuff like that?
I saw that on Twitter,
Yeah, like that's like really good because I feel like, especially with small businesses, because it is mostly just people like us, just like in our bedrooms, just doing it. And I feel like everyone loves a really nice picture of the items, don't get me wrong, but also just to show your face a little bit, and people are like, oh yeah, like that's that guy, or that's that person that does this. Yeah, it's a fun platform for sure.
Yeah, I was literally talking about this yesterday when I recorded another podcast, and it was my girlfriend and the people that I know, they've been in sales, and like people buy from people. They're not buying off of this random corporation. They're buying from you because they've seen your reels and they've seen your TikToks. They think you're a fun person, and they're like, okay, so you've got these jeans. Someone else got these jeans, but I want her to get the money because I like her. I think she's funny. To do that on your Instagram and your TikTok, on Depop, which is what most of our viewers probably are, don't get to have that proper connection, which is why you need to weigh up what it's worth doing with your time. But look at what you've done, where you've got your 8,000 followers or whatever on Instagram, and then you're going up on your TikTok, and you've got a really engaged following and the community that comes to your store, and now people want to see you do well, you know?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's like that for sure. And a lot of people are doing that more so now, like obviously like you know of like Jack Dainty and everything, and he has like a strong following, and he's not always about his products. It's more about him as well, and that is really just investing in a person. Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah. So how did your relationship with Jack Dainty start then?
Oh, I mean, we're not like best mates, but like I know of him. I don't know, I've bought a few items from him and he's bought a few items from me in like the first lockdown. I don't know, just kind of like I know of them. I know a few people from like sourcing as well, and like meeting them at wholesalers and things like that. That's always fun to do. Yeah.
So what's that? Handpick? Is that
Yeah.
you got to meet other people there?
Yeah. I go to like one main wholesaler, and I've always only handpicked. I've like before, obviously we did like the kilo sales and stuff when we were just on Depop, and that was great. And they're fun, but they're stressful. Like, have you been to a kilo sale before?
No, I have not.
Don't do it. Like, no, I'm joking. Like it's great, it's really fun, but they've just got so popular. Obviously before COVID, well, when you can have like crowds of people, it was stressful. We used to do that when we were just on Depop before, just, and it was cheap obviously because it's like £15 per kilo, and the big ones like Weigh and Pay and Pre-Loved Kilo, they used to come to Norwich and like Ipswich and stuff. But you would have to like barge people out of the way, like get out of the way, like, and just like surf through all the rails and everything. But then when I first went to a wholesaler, I was like, whoa, people are like chilled, and you can just have a nice day just like shopping, and the quality of the stock was so much higher than the kilo sales. Because then I learned that a lot of the wholesalers actually sell to the kilo sales. That's where they get rid of a lot of their stock. So I was like, oh, this makes sense. Like, this is where the premium stock is compared to like the kilo sales and stuff. So yeah, it's good fun.
Did you see your products actually changing when you changed your suppliers as well, or was it just a better quality of product?
Yeah, I feel like we took like more of a range of products when we started wholesaling. Like literally when we first started Depop, I think I only used to sell crop tops, like I say, like a lot of crop tops and scrunchies, and there was a lot of polo shirts, t-shirts. Maybe that's just because it was summer though, and just like jeans and stuff. But then when we went to a wholesaler, I was picking up like fleeces and different brands as well. Like a lot of the kilo sales, you'd only find like Champion, a lot of Adidas, like Nike if you were like lucky. Yeah, so just better quality and more range of stuff as well. Like we come back with like boxes as opposed to like bags here and there. But yeah, I would like to go to a kilo sale like once more if I was shopping for myself. Like I'd like have to put some armor on or something because it's so competitive. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I did want to go to one in Norwich, but there was like so many of my customers in the queue, and I was like, oh, they're just gonna think that I'm just like buying it so cheap and then selling it high, which is obviously what we do as business. I don't know why I feel like that's weird, but I don't know. Yeah, they're so much fun to do. And now they have, because obviously they haven't been able to do them in lockdown, they have an actual shop. Like Pre-Love Kilo have got a shop in it's up north. I can't remember where it is, but yeah, so that's like changed their business as well, really. Yeah.
Well, I've been speaking to a few people on Instagram this week, and I think they'd kill me, considering that you have a website, if I didn't ask you what it takes to maintain and drive traffic to that website. Because when people are on Depop, that's the thing, they're worried about this 10% fee, but in that 10% app maintenance, they get the people on the app and the marketing's already done for them. So what have you, I imagine a lot of it comes from your Instagram, which came from the store, but taking those bits aside, is there any other things that you do to keep people going there and just to keep your website looking?
Yeah, just for the website to look really fresh. I don't know. I see why people use Depop for sure. I think it is smart because you've got, even though you've got so many people that use Depop now, and it is kind of like competitive. When you search for things, you get like loads of stuff. Like you're not necessarily going to be at the top. But I don't know, if you wanted to, I can see why it would be hard to build a website like from scratch, especially if you're making the jump to like Depop from the website. But I feel like Instagram is the middleman. Like I feel like you need to get people from your Depop to your Instagram, and then have your website like with your Instagram, and sometimes if you even like promote things on your Instagram, and if you put like your best items on your website, then they'll be more likely to go to your website than maybe your Depop, just because, and then they think, oh, like this is actually like a better transaction, and I can just use like Apple Pay and whatever you want to use on the website as well as Depop. Then they might be more likely to go to your website afterwards and have a browse and see what else you've got. But yeah, I think Instagram is the real middleman for sure.
How about TikTok from your experiences so far? Are you feeling like that could be a bit of the middleman?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that's the next middleman, because I follow a few small businesses on there. I feel like the algorithm might change for TikTok soon because so many people are jumping on it, and everyone's like making it now and doing like reels and things like that. But I feel like there are so many small businesses that have gone viral, had like their videos gone viral, and their website just sells out. Like it's just gone, and then they're just like there's this sustainable brand called that's really annoying because I literally can't remember their name at all. They sell amazing hoodies. I'll have to like show you afterwards. They're like sustainable, and they went viral on TikTok, and now they've got like 55k on Instagram, and they're just selling out on all of their drops at all. It's like a crazy platform. Yeah, so that'll be probably like the next do it. So I'll be like, get yourself an Instagram, get yourself a TikTok. As cringy it is, don't embarrass yourself doing the dancing. Just, I don't know, make something fun. But yeah,
works for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, what do you do on there? What videos have you got on there at the minute?
I've literally only got it like 2-3 weeks ago. So I had a few reels before that. I can't remember what we've done. They're good for the reworks because I've kind of shown like the before and the after and things like that. What else have we done? The most recent one, like I was saying, was like the collage of the pictures of where we started with the market stall and where we are now. And then I've done the one with the bags. I literally can't remember. I feel like the best thing is to show like before and afters, and people kind of want to see a journey as well, like as they're like more invested in you, like we were saying earlier. I don't feel like people want to see just your stock. Like they want to see like what you've done to the stock. And even who do I follow on there that does like really satisfying, like order packing videos? Like they're like the most satisfying to watch. And I've done one of those. And kind of even the before and after you've like steamed a jacket or like anything like that, like what you're transforming.
Oddly satisfying videos, isn't it?
Yeah,
like in Play-Doh, it's like one of them.
Yeah, it's things like that. It's not just like, oh, buy my product. It's like, yeah, I can't remember who it is on there. Maybe it was like Chad Garms or something. Like, there's a really cool guy on there, and he did a video of him steaming this puffer jacket, or someone did. Forgive me if I'm wrong. And that was like, I could watch this like all day, you know? So, yeah, it's fun videos like that. And because they're so snappy, they're like 1 minute ones. They're really easy to film as well.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think social media is powerful. I don't know. Did you see the girl that made a crop top out of the train?
Oh, yes. How can I not see it? And you interviewed her though, right? That video was crease as well.
It was getting pretty much no attention. It'd been up there for a little while. Depop Drama find it, and then suddenly, boom, it blows up. It's on BBC News. It's on the Daily Mail. It's absolutely everywhere.
What's the news?
It was on the news, yeah, BBC News.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Serious.
I know. Their title was like because it went against Depop terms, but I'm pretty sure she sold it. And then she's done her own ones as well, with her own designs on it. And she's doing really
mad.
Media blew it up. It was on Depop. It was already there, but then boom, Depop Drama gets a hold of it, and it is a completely different story.
Yeah. Depop Drama is so good. That's like my favorite Instagram account to follow all the time. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, they do have some bangers on there. What was your opinion on the crop top girl?
I don't know. I feel like she got a load of hate of people on your TikTok. I saw that and I was like, what? People need to chill out. Like, they were so quick to judge. I thought it was just funny. And I don't know, it is just kind of like how you can just transform dead material into something new. Like, I was thinking about it afterwards, like all these things that we've made for COVID, like those sleeves we would have never made before on the chairs, but they are going to have to be like thrown away or like used for something else. So yeah, she's definitely started a trend there. I feel like next time I see a train, I might just like one off. Like,
you got the work skills, you know.
Yeah. So this is what we do. We'll make a bag out of it next. Like, no, it's funny. It definitely, because with COVID as well, like we're using so many materials, and I feel like it's really set us back on like the environmental side of it, in like masks and disposable ones and gloves and things like that. So we just kind of have to do something to recycle it, and she started it. So I think it's funny. I'm so mad that made the news.
Now looking to you to rework some of these things now.
No, we were thinking about the masks. We have to do something about these masks. yeah, we just got so many of them. And if you think like probably everyone's got probably about like 4 or 5 of them or whatever, like that's a ridiculous amount of masks. And people and need to stop wearing the disposable ones as well. They're crazy. I always get really sad when I see all the pictures of all like the animals that have like got them like washed off the beach or something. But yeah.
Oh my god, I haven't even seen that, but of course, same way with like the rings on the canned drinks. It'd be like that, wouldn't it?
It's mad. Yeah, it's mad. But I'm sure we'll sort it out. There'll be like a big campaign after COVID as well, I'm sure. Just to get back on track. But, yeah.
Definitely. Well, anyway, it's been really good to speak to you. You got some really. I can see this is going to be one of our most entertaining ones. That's for sure. Came with a lot of energy. I love it.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I've just had a coffee. That's why I get so chatty.
Oh, you're just bouncing off the caffeine, yeah.
There you have it, there's the conversation with Slayyvintage. As you can tell, a person with a lot of personality, and that it probably very much suits her working on the market stalls. It's very interesting to hear a completely different side of a reseller. Not done anything like that myself, just one little pop-up shop, so it's really interesting to see how she's engaged in the community and now started using her social media presence to then open up on the website to adapt to COVID. Again, all of her socials in the comments below, and leave us a comment to tell us what your favourite part of the podcast was.